Hey guys, and welcome to the Do-It-Yourself Car Mod segment. Alright guys, so this video is going to be both a product review as well as a do-it-yourself car mods video, and that's because I am going to be installing these lights right here inside of my 2017 Hyundai Veloster, and these are LED car atmosphere lights, and I'm going to be installing these in the footwell of my vehicle. These are universal lights, so you can use this on pretty much any vehicle, but like I said, I am going to be installing them on my 2017 Hyundai Veloster. But if you have any other vehicle, you can pretty much follow the exact same steps that I'm going to take in this video and apply it to your own vehicle. Alright, so now let's go over the materials that you will need in order to complete this modification. So of course you are going to need your LED atmosphere lights here, and this is going to be the complete kit. I will link this in the description box below. I did get these on Amazon and they were under 20 bucks, so definitely a pretty decent value here, and it is going to pretty much come with everything that you will need. But there are going to be a few optional materials that I recommend that you get. And right here I have black tape. Since the interior of my car is black, I am going to use some of this black tape to help keep all the wires in place. So this black tape will definitely come in handy. I also recommend that you get a hook and loop roll or a Velcro roll, and that's because this Velcro will help my LED lights stay under the footwell instead of the back seats. The front seats will not be too much of an issue since this pack right here comes with 3M tape inside of it. The lights are already lined with 3M tape, so it just sticks right onto almost any surface. But since the back seats do have a fabric coating to them, or pretty much it's wrapped in fabric, so I can't just put 3M tape. I will have to stick on this Velcro and have it stick on there, so this will be a lot easier to use as opposed to the 3M tape. And you'll also need some scissors to cut your Velcro to the perfect fit for your LED lights. Alright, so now let's unbox these lights. And inside you are going to be greeted with your LED lights right here. It is going to come with 4 of these strips. They are packaged in a little bit of a weird way. I definitely would have liked if the box was a little bit longer since they are a little bit bent, but once we tape them on, the bend wouldn't really matter too much. But like I said, I would definitely like these to have been in a little bit of a longer package so they wouldn't have to be scrunched up inside of there. But nevertheless, you are going to have 4 of these LED light strips, and on each of the LED light strips, you are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 diodes right there. So these definitely should be relatively bright during the day and even at nighttime. And you're also going to have this little box right here, and this they call their music box. Pretty much it is going to pick up sound from your radio, and it is going to pretty much play the music in that same rhythm as the radio. So that's definitely going to be a pretty neat feature to test out. And then right here you're going to have this little sensor, and this is going to be the sensor that you use with your remote controller. And you're also going to get quite a bit of wire here as well, so you can run this all throughout your vehicle. So if you have a larger vehicle or a small vehicle, these should be sufficient. Now there's also going to be a little mini instruction pamphlet inside of your box, and you're also going to have your remote controller that I was talking about earlier, and you can control which mode that you want it to play in. We'll play with this a little bit later on. And inside of here you will also have this connector right here, and this connector is going to be your source of power. So now, without further ado, let's install this. Alright, so the first step that I would recommend for this is to just make sure that these lights actually work, so you don't waste your whole time installing it and then you find out that they don't even power on. So, of course, put your key inside the ignition and make sure your vehicle is on. Alright, so now that I have the vehicle on, let's take this plug-in unit right here and let's put it right into our music box here. And now we're going to plug this into the 12-volt cigarette lighter that should be located somewhere in your center dash. Mine is located right there. I actually have 2 of them. And then you want to press the red button and see if your lights turn on. So my lights did not turn on yet, but that's because you actually have to take your controller and make sure that you point the controller to the receiver box right here and press the on button. You have to make sure that on your remote controller you pull out this plastic piece, because that's preventing the battery connector from touching. So now that you remove that plastic piece and press the on button, and there you can see that the lights did turn on. So these lights are on and all 4 of them do work. Now on the camera, you're going to see that they are flickering a little bit. They are not flickering in real life. That's just pretty much how LEDs look on camera. But now let's go ahead and install these and pretty much see how easy it is to get these all within the interior of your vehicle. Alright, so the first step, like I just showed you, will be to plug them in. So I have it plugged in right now, but I have it powered off and I turned back off the car. But the first thing after that will be to make sure you know which ones go into the front and which ones go into the back. So I recommend that you take the wire and stretch it all the way out, because you'll see that these 2 are a lot shorter than these 2, and that's because this wire is a little bit longer so that it can reach into the back seats. So these 2 will be the ones for your front seats and these 2 will be the ones for your back seats. So after you find out which ones go into the front seats and which ones go for the rear seats, you can now put your wires for your front seats where you want them to go. So I'm going to loop mine through this little hole right here for the driver's side, and I'm also going to loop it through the hole over there for the passenger side, and that will allow for them to stay as hidden as possible, the wires that is, and then I will catch you guys right back to show you how to stick them on. So right now I am going to cut a little piece of Velcro right here that will go onto the back of this so that I can paste it down right into my center console area and it won't be sliding around when I'm driving. And I'll also try to paste the receiver on top of here so that I can just point my remote in this general area and the lights will change colors without me having to search for that receiver that may be sliding around as well. So I'm just trying to secure everything in one specific place with my Velcro strips. Alright guys, so I just spent some time getting this to look relatively neat inside of here. Right inside of there I have the receiver and I velcroed it onto the side right here, and then back there I have the music box that I velcroed onto the side as well, and then I have the 4 wires running outward. One is running through this hole right here and that's going to run to the driver's area footwell. I have one running right behind the shifter. I taped it down right there with the black tape. You could barely even see it. I also taped it right there as well, and then I ran it through this hole right here and ran it over there to the passenger's area. And then right back here I have the last 2 wires for the back seats running right through this little crevice. Alright guys, so here we are on the underside of the driver's side dashboard. You can see you have the gas and the brake right there. So let's just zoom in, and pretty much where I want to put this LED light will be right on that strip right there. There's a little bit of a plastic area, has sort of like that lip right there, and that's where I'm going to attempt to install this. So let me just zoom in right there and let's get it installed. Alright, so let's first take off the 3M tape here. So let's just peel off the backing. And now let's place this right in the area that we want to install on the dashboard. Alright, so now that I put it on, I'm just going to push it down to make sure everything is installed tight. And this tape is really strong, so it feels pretty tight on there. And now with all this excess wire, you don't want this in your footwell area. Here I'm going to put the excess wire inside of there, and anything left I will tape onto the side right here and just make it look as clean as possible. So there we go. I didn't do any taping at all. I pretty much just got this hooked right into that little groove right there, and I just put all the excess wire right into that little cubby, and that's pretty much it. So now we have our light installed on the driver's side. Now let's hop on into the passenger side and see what the story is going to be over there. Alright, so now we are on the passenger side and everything looks relatively similar over here. So once again, let's just peel off the backing on our 3M tape. Alright, so now that we have our backing off, let's stick this on, but you want the wire pointing towards the center. Alright, so now that we have that on, now we're going to once again take all this excess wire. I'm just going to wrap it around my finger like how I did on the other side, just get it as tight as possible over here, and then we're just going to shove this excess right into this little gap right here. And there you have it. So now I installed it right over there, and I just put the excess wire inside of that area, and then I shoved it right into this little crease. There's a little crease right there that I just pretty much got the wire right behind so it stayed into place, and then all the excess wires just went into that little hole. And let's just see how this works, because the glove box This is actually sort of the part of the glove box. So when I open up the glove box, you can see what happens to this. Make sure it doesn't fall off. And it's perfect. So when the glove box opens, the light is going to tilt away just a little bit, but there's enough give to the wire to where it doesn't pull this wire out of place or anything. All right, so now let's move on to the back seats. All right, so now that we are in the back seats, I have the LED lights right here, and then I also have the Velcro. So you're just gonna put the Velcro right on here, but you wanna have the hook portion on here because underneath the seats are sort of gonna simulate the loops. And I'm gonna show you the bottom of the seats right now. And you can see inside of the Hyundai Veloster, it is going to sort of have that loop-like texture. So these hooks should be able to stick right onto them with no problem. And we'll just use the tape right on here to stick onto this 3M tape. All right, so I just finished installing the Velcro onto the back of here. So we have the LED strip. I peeled off the 3M tape off of the back, and then I just put this Velcro right on top. And I cut it to fit, so as you can see, it fits perfectly onto here. And I also did the second one here as well. So now we're just going to put this onto the bottom of the seat with the Velcro, and we'll see how it looks. You have to get this to where the wire is tight onto the bottom here. Actually, we could just stuff it under here. Look at that. And then we just stick this onto the bottom here. And the wire is hidden enough to where it won't be noticeable. And there you have it. So there goes that side. Now let's move on to this side. All right, guys, the moment of truth. Let's put in the key inside of the ignition. And let's see if these lights work. So you just push this on, the light will illuminate. You grab your remote here and you press on. Oh wow, and they work even during the daytime. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, super bright outside, the sun's out, and you can see that these lights work perfectly. You can see them right over there on that side. You can see them on my shoes, and you can go through the different colors and you'll see the difference over there on my shoes as it goes through each of the different colors. Definitely pretty neat. But that is pretty much a review of these lights. I'm gonna hop into the back seat and show you what they look like back there, but that's pretty much it for these. I'm extremely impressed with how these work. They look extremely good. I'll probably just keep it on blue since a lot of the interior of this car at nighttime is blue. And I might go to the occasional white or cyan, but those are probably the 3 main colors that I use. But that's pretty much it. And hopping on into the back seat, you can see that these lights work beautifully during the day. I mean, you can literally see the blue lights illuminating onto the ground. I mean, they look absolutely incredible. I really love the look of these lights. Alright guys, so it's nighttime right now and I wanted to show you how the brightness works on these lights. So basically, when you come to the controller, you can make it brighter or dimmer by just using these 2 buttons right here, and you can hold down on it and it's going to make it all the way dim or all the way bright, or you could press them to adjust it yourself. So I'm going to hold down on this button here, make sure I'm pointing it at the receiver, and I can hold down on it again and make it all the way to its full brightness. And you can also have these lights turn on automatically with the vehicle. So as long as you have this red light on, let's say I take the key out of the ignition, the lights will turn off. And let's say I turn the vehicle back on, you can see right there that those lights also turn right back on with the rest of the accessories inside of the vehicle. So it looks like it's basically a part of the car, which is a really neat feature. I love how that is perfectly integrated inside of here, and it really makes the interior of your vehicle pop. And one other really cool feature is actually the music notes found in the bottom row on this controller. So if you press any of these music notes, it is going to make those lights dance with whatever song is playing on your radio, which is super awesome. So basically, if I press one of these, you see it's going to start blinking, and it is going to pick up vibrations. So you can see right now I'm talking, so it is going to change the lights. But if you have the music playing, it is going to change the lights based off of whatever song is playing, and it actually works remarkably well. So let's go ahead and try it out right now. Well, that's it for this do-it-yourself car mods video. Comment and tell me what you would like to see in future videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Marcus, and thanks for watching Drive and Be Driven. Keep it positive, and I'll see you next time. You can become a Drive and Be Driven driver today. Just simply click the subscribe button, and you will become a part of the Drive and Be Driven circle. Subscribing will allow you to stay up to date with the Drive and Be Driven YouTube channel. Thank you to all of my current Drive and Be Driven drivers for driving me towards my goals and dreams. Stay subscribed for more awesome videos like this one.